Hey everybody, this is going to be a slightly different type of video today. This is James. We're going to be interviewing each other a little bit because James has got a YouTube channel, Chess Goals. We've known each other for a couple of years, I guess.
Yeah,
And
just under.
And we both coach on Chess Boot Camp Live. So good to see you. So it's going out on both channels, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ben, it's good to have an opportunity to actually speak to you properly, because normally when we're together, there's the pressure of, oh, we're teaching these students together, or we're arranging some sort of semi-business-like interaction. But it's nice to have just a friendly chat, really.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So let me kick off. Can you tell the Chess Boot Camp subscribers what's your chess story? How did you get into it?
Well, I started playing as like a little kid, and I had a chessboard, and I didn't know en passant or castling, but I sort of knew everything else. But I only had my mum and my sister to play with, and they just weren't interested at all. So I ended up beating them, but so I always thought I was good. But then I discovered chess.com and realized I had far to climb. So I've been playing chess like 2 years now. Set up a YouTube channel at a similar time to Ben, I believe. Just tracking my journey, taking on some bots and trying to hit 2000, which I've been stagnating recently at like 1900. So that's my next goal, to try hit 2000.
Yeah, that's kind of my goal as well. I think 2000 rapid on chess.com would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm a bit behind you. I'm just over 1600 right now. So where are you right now? You've hit 1900 before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've just re-hit it. I went down to 1800 a couple of times, re-hitting 19. But I just need a streak of like 10 games. That's all I need.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you and I've got quite different styles as well, haven't you? Haven't we?
Yeah.
I would
I
say.
think I feel more positional, and you feel more like mental, create crazy positions. And I err on the side of caution, I think, a lot of the time.
Yeah, but that's great because I get to learn the positional subtleties from watching the way that you think and going over when we work through games together and stuff like that. So that's really good. But yeah, I'm a bit of a Gambit addict.
Yeah.
So I find myself in tactical deep water a lot more than you tend to do.
Yeah. I just feel like over the long term in chess, you go through these cycles where you relearn the same things, and it's each time you have to relearn it, it's more and more frustrating, because it's like, oh, I've learned that before, and I've sort of taken it for granted now. I've got to reiterate, these basic principles that just reoccur.
Yeah, the principles, it seems like you feel like you know some of them, but then it goes so deep. Chess principle and positional principles as well, like control over key squares and weak pieces and strong pieces and all those kinds of things. It's the principles alone feels like a lifetime's study.
Yeah. I mean, it's knowing when to break them, isn't it? It's like the other day, I wanted to take away from the center, but I know that like 95% of the time you always take with a pawn towards the center, because central pawn is generally more powerful. But yeah, in that case, the engine said I should have taken away, and it was to create two passed pawns on the edge of the board in the long run.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, so
I mean, I've got a few questions for you, Ben.
yeah, mate, go far away.
What would you have done in the last couple of years if you'd not been thinking about chess all the time?
I'd have got a lot more done, I tell you.
Me too.
For sure. What would I have done in the last 2 years? I don't know. I mean, I've always got different kind of business ideas and stuff going on, because I came from a background in marketing and web design and stuff like that. So you never know. But I mean, the problem with chess is it's such an addiction. It gets under your skin.
Are we
And
just pseudo intellectual procrastinators?
it's possible. Yeah. Because I mean, chess isn't your day job either.
No.
You've got a real job as well, haven't you, I think?
Yeah, I've got a 9 to 5 with the council, so that's my the bane of my life. I can't. I mean, it's YouTube, it's public, so I don't want to say too much. But
Quite
yeah,
right.
it's a job.
He says with the council, he's probably a spy or something like that, or a
Yeah,
hacker or something. Yeah. And my main job these days is like diet and lifestyle coaching as well.
yeah. I've heard
So
about you. You like all the meat side, don't you? Meat eating.
yeah, I'm big on the meat, and also trying the biohacking stuff as well. Trying to figure
Okay.
out how to make my brain work. How to clock it, chip it, hack it, make it work better.
What's that like? Omega 3 and stuff, or?
Yeah, omega-3s, obviously, yeah, really important. And yeah, a bunch of other stuff. It'd be too much to go into. I think we'd lose it,
Yeah.
all our viewers at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you had a much quicker rise to 1700, 1800, 1900 that, I mean, I've never hit 1700. So, I mean, what would you say were what is it about your character, or what is it about the way that you've studied or the way that you approach it that you think has, other than just being really smart and obviously really young,
Yeah, I mean, definitely my age
what
has
is it
helped.
that's helped you to do that?
Yeah, so definitely my age, but I think I always err on the side of simplicity, and I can't quite describe it why it's such a powerful thing, but I sort of feel it to be true that I don't know, simplicity is more powerful. So I always try and, if I've got two moves to consider, I tend to err on the side of just the simple, solid one. It's served me well.
Yeah, I could probably get a dose of that. But how did you learn the more positional side of the game?
I mean, I think if you go out for like a slogging contest to try and knock your opponent out, it puts you, and I've been there. It's like, it's often when I'm not feeling actually truly confident about my chess, I start trying to go into these mental positions because I don't have the confidence to actually see it out to an end game and grind them down, and I don't have the confidence to not blunder. So when I'm actually feeling good mentally, that's when I really just try and grind them out and play more slowly, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, to me, one of the most important kind of flags that I use to say, am I ready to play for money? Am I ready to play a proper rated game, a proper like 15+10 rated rapid game? Is am I trying to go for quick rating points? Am I trying to be cheeky and just get a cheapo, or am I absolutely 100% determined to grind it out, like you say, and get down to an end game with one extra pawn or a slightly better position or a bishop versus a knight, and say, I am going to do what it takes, whatever it takes, to get that 1-0 on the game. I think that's a really important thing.
I just think tactical patterns occur over and over again, and I just don't have as much respect for a tactical win as I do like a slow grind. I don't know why. So something about my character, maybe.
Yeah. So we've got, I mean, in half an hour, maybe we could take on a bot game or something like that. Do you fancy doing that together?
Yeah,
Because
we
I
could
think
do
it
that.
would be quite interesting to see what I read in a position compared to what you read in a position, and how between us we can maybe combine our strengths. I don't know. So have you come across these new bots on chess.com, these chess club regular ones? Have you
No,
tried
I've
them
been
out
letting my
yet?
subscribers down. I used to take on every single bot, but recently I've just been trying to work on my own chess, you know.
Absolutely. Well, this one, Grandpa Gambit from, is it Cuba? Yeah, he's meant to be quite hot. So let's have a crack at him together. 1650. Think between us. I'll take his legs out and you kick him in the head. Yeah. Let's see what we get. Okay. A Reti opening. So this is King's Knight. I mean, my general response to this is to bring out the Queen's Knight, and then maybe you could get into an e4, e5 normal setup. Guess he comes, because I know you're a Caro player as well with black against e4.
I mean,
But,
I think you should.
how
I
would
think
you
you
approach
play
this?
anything against this. I was a bit worried when coming on this today that you'd start talking about openings, because I honestly don't know that much about openings at all. Don't even know the coordinates very well. I managed to teach just with the arrows, and, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's great. I mean, it's all spatial stuff. So let's bring this knight out anyway. Sorry, my dog's barking. All right. What on earth? Okay, the Mykonos defense. I don't know what's going on here. It seemed like this would be quite normal.
Yeah, d5 seems like a threat if they play it.
Yeah, we want to avoid them doing that, and that's a big thing as well, isn't it? In terms of improvement, is it seems to me like the stronger players spend more time in terms of proportion of their thinking and their moves. They get towards an equal amount of time trying to prevent your opponent's ideas, not just going gung-ho and chucking in your own. Okay, yeah. So e3, I mean, this is a bit this is a bit like a collie. I know that, not the dog, the collie system. So it's a bit like a London, but they haven't brought the bishop out yet. And the idea is to just leave that bishop at home for a bit. I don't know if we can. I don't think we can go straight out with this one yet, can we?
No, I'd just pin the knight personally.
Yeah.
I'd consider maybe f6 and f6 then e5, but I'd probably just develop the light square bishop and pin the knight.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we've developed the minor pieces on our queen side now, but okay. This tends not to bother me too much. If they want to take that knight, I'm quite happy to capture towards the center and maybe come up with a break that way. And obviously their queen's bishop can't come out as well. So, I mean, that would be my first instinct. Just continue with development.
See, I am more worried about the damage to the structure, and I'd probably maybe look at queen to d6. We're not actually threatening to win the bishop with queen to b4, are we? So they just develop the knight.
Oh, with this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Which does pin the knight. So queen d6, yes, developing move, and actually that then opens us up to the possibility of long castles too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that this bishop is really compromised. Ooh, a kick. I'm usually quite comfortable with this. I mean, we could even drop back if we wanted to, or h5 and try and provoke a double kick, and then bring the bishop back here, which is not a bad square. But if he double kicks, then short castles is a bit less of a consideration.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about attacking c2, maybe playing knight to b4 at some point. Obviously, when we step out the pin.
Yeah, it'd be illegal now. I mean, one issue sometimes with castles here is our queen's then tied down to the defense of this knight. So we could drop back here, we could drop all the way back to d7 and free up our queen from that duty.
I mean, are we worried about them jumping knight into e5? You know, if they double kick us, knight in. So maybe we take.
Yeah, I mean, weirdly, I didn't even consider that option. I'm thinking that having played e3, we're not likely to get into a locked center. We've got one locked file now. If takes and queen takes, is that all right?
That's fine.
Yeah, because yeah, a lot of people get tied into or kind of caught up with this idea that you want to maintain the bishop pair at all costs. It's one of those things that can come back and bite you. Okay, knight out. We've got e6.
I mean, now we've lost the light square bishop, I'm more inclined to just play e6 and build on the light squares.
Yeah, because this light square pawn chain is going to be more of a hindrance for that bishop in turn. If we kick takes, we're eyeing up c2.
But we're speeding up their attack if we castle opposite sides. We give them a hook. The a6 pawn is a hook.
Yeah. I'm usually quite loath to do this unless I've decided I'm castling the other side. So I mean, there's a couple of developing moves. We've got potential nice square for the knight on e4 as well. So I think knight f6 would be my
agreed.
first thought. Okay,
so Ben, I've got written down, I wanted to ask you about your side businesses. So you've got your nutrition, you got your marketing, your chess channel and teaching.
Yeah.
Is there anything I'm missing?
Yeah, I've got barefoot didgeridoos as well. So I've made didgeridoos for a while. European style, as in I get a stick and I slice it in half on the bandsaw and then carve out the two halves, because we haven't got termites in this country that eat them out from the inside for you. Yeah, I got into playing the didge after picking one up in Glastonbury 1992. About the time you were born, I guess.
That sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. So yeah, a bit of this, bit of that. Also, because my wife works in a cookery school as well. She teaches like barbecuing and butchery and charcuterie and stuff.
Yeah.
So one of our other little businesses is going to festivals and selling burgers and sausages and handmade stuff at festivals as well, which I really enjoy.
Yeah. I know you're into your bushcraft and primitive skills. And
that's another one.
Yeah, what's the purpose of that in this modern age then?
Well, one of the things that we've lost in the modern age, because I'm also an author. Yeah, so I've written, that's the Red Pill Revolution. It's kind of into the a gentle introduction to the world of conspiracies and what's wrong with the world and why it isn't really set up, why the world really isn't set up in our interests as much as we're led to believe. And yeah, I've done a follow-up book to that called The Red Pill Food Revolution. It's going to be coming out at some point in the next few weeks, hopefully. And the idea of that is to go into how food has been used to control us over the years, because from ancestrally, as we were evolving, humans, about 70% of the time that our race is supposed to have been around, Homo sapiens, was in ice ages, and it's pretty much known that we have been hunter-gatherers for the majority of our time on Earth. But we've lost a lot since moving to agriculture and creating society and starting to own the land instead of belonging on the land and stuff like that. And I just get a huge kick. I always have done, out of anything tribal, ancestral.
Yeah, I do as well, Ben. I mean, I'm a biologist. That was what I did my 2 degrees in. So it just makes complete sense to me as a biologist. Obviously, if we do these things that our ancestors did, it's gonna connect with us on a deep level. It's gonna make us happy. It's gonna stimulate the right parts of our brain.
Yeah. So I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I went into a school and taught them cordage, how to work with nettles and make it into really strong string. I've done firelighting and stuff like that as well. I just get a huge kick out of it. The ability to do something that humans have always done. And I've got this idea that things that we've always done are good for us and good for the soul. Things like staring into a fire. You sit around a campfire, you stare at the fire, you tell stories, you still tell jokes, you know, about that, you know, what happened on the hunt today, that time that where Stig tripped up and went face first into that mammoth dung, you know, and we all had a good laugh,
Yeah.
you know. Sharing food together is a great one. Staring at the stars, you know, but
Yeah.
also to take young kids and to show them how to make fire for the first time ever using like a flint and steel and stuff like that. It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make a move.
Yeah, I want to
this.
play, you know, G5, H5, but I don't know if we're quite ready. We should probably develop the bishop, like you say.
Yeah. Because white's got this going off. Right, I'm not really concerned about that. We can always drop the queen back. I'm not inclined to take and invite the knight into the fun.
No.
That looks a bit weird.
I mean, if they push, they close down their whole attack. They've started to shut that side of the board down.
Is Longcastle's a bit foolish considering that white's pushing those pawns up on this side of the board? Or we could just simply short castle and resolve this pin.
We could. I still want to attack him, honestly. Because even though he's pushed that C4 pawn, I don't see that he can really do much with it. Whereas we've got a hook to attack on H3. And if we just get G5, G4, we're actually pretty quick to starting to crack into his position.
Okay. Even though the king's not castled. And if takes, I guess we've got knight takes actually. We don't have to take back with the e-pawn. The knight takes is, I don't know, we may then walk into an e4 push.
I want to see if we can castle long.
Okay, so G5 now.
I mean, maybe castle first, or I don't know.
Yeah, why not? Oh. Okay, that's not a big surprise. So no. We've got to drop back.
Yeah.
Now pinning the knight on the queen. Attacking the undefended G7. Rook H, G8 is no bad thing.
I mean, we want him to take that pawn. You can win a lot of games versus like sub 1700s by just giving them that pawn and then slamming the rooks over.
Yeah, quite often say in videos, if we could remove, when we've got an opposite side castling situation, which we have, yeah, if we could just do what a cat does and just swipe these onto the carpet, then that quite often just favors us because we're opening up all these lines. So we can let him go away and do that. Our rooks are connected, unlike white. So we could just tempt him to do that. I'm slightly concerned that our queen is a bit hampered.
Yeah, we want to play like E5 really, and then open up the queen. But how do we do that?
How do you feel about knight H5 with a dual attack and defense there? Knight H5, he just pushes forward. We do have G6, but and that does actually give our bishop maybe some wriggle room. I don't know.
I mean, what if just still G5, G4?
G5 and takes.
And then we bring a rook.
Go on then. So I thought I was the aggressive one here. But also, we've got a discovery too.
Yeah. I mean, we can also move a rook there. It's just which is better.
Rook here. Right, so let's color in all the squares where the queen can't go. So she's got 3 squares then. And that's out because of this knight. So she's got 3 options. We play knight here, it's a double attack on the queen too. So that queen's got to move. It also then frees up potential f5 push.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah,
want
I
this?
like knight up, I think.
Do we want this knight on d2? Because he's got a weak bishop here. Might want to, no. F5 is playable now. If knight takes, F takes towards the center with then 2 open files, kind of like that.
Yeah, that looks good.
I'm not worried about this diagonal. This bishop can't get anywhere to support that queen. So,
I'm just hyper aware we do not want him to start piling pressure on our knight on c6. But I don't see that he can, so I think we're all right.
yeah.
But the queen is uncomfortable.
What about this?
Yeah, that
Can't
just
go there, can't go there, can't go there,
wins.
can't stay there, can't go there. Hang on, have we trapped her?
Oh, wait. No. No, they've got h2. But then we
Okay.
get check. Then we get bishop takes check.
Yeah, it wins a pawn. And this pawn.
And then, well, it wins the knight.
It does as well, yeah.
Wait, is there anything better? I don't think so.
Remember, our knight's still hanging.
Yeah, but then knight takes knight.
Yeah, knight takes knight. Rook takes isn't playable if our bishop is on there, so got to be good.
I mean, if bishop takes, they can take our knight.
What about check? Check here will force the exchange, won't it? If knight in, because king there loses the queen. So if knight in check, rook
winning
has
a
to
piece.
take.
Winning a piece is better than the exchange, though.
So we should take the knight, and then possibly the pawn on the next turn.
Yeah.
Huh? We can save the knight, can't we?
I mean, I'd be tempted just to play bishop takes both pawns, but
And drop the knight.
yeah, we've got that as a last resort. But can we save the knight?
Well, knight here, bishop takes, d takes. We've got then queen and rook lined up against this pawn here and the bishop. So
but then bishop takes bishop at the end, so he'd take our bishop on e3.
are true. Yeah.
So he's removing the defender there.
Yeah, if bishop takes here, we win this pawn as well. I like that. I mean, it's going to give us a passer as well, isn't it? Our d pawn is then unopposed. And we've got maybe bishop here.
Yeah.
Very nice. Now that hits the queen. Could block, but we're up in material anyway. We even have this. Try and trade queens. If takes, we have bishop takes. But then it'll probably mess up our stuff, but that I can live with. We're a piece up. We'd have... No, we're not a piece up anymore. We're 2 pawns up.
Yeah, we want to just trade down and keep it simple now, I think.
So queen d6? Or is that simpler? There...
I mean, I think queen d6 almost forces a trade of queens. Pawn up.
Let's do it. Let's go for the grind.
Well, what if bishop over? We push the pawn. I think we're just about all right.
Takes. This bishop drops. We could drop the queen back to e7. Still defending this bishop. But then actually bishop takes e7. There.
So if we push the pawn,
takes, knight takes. A queen defends both.
He could maybe sack the rook and then win the knight with the queen.
And maybe that was an error. It looks like e5 is the move.
Yeah, that was the moment in the game where we needed to really take our time, I think, calculate.
Critical moment.
Yeah. I struggle without the arrows.
Yeah. Oh no, queen's hanging. That's the.
Yeah.
If we just drop back here, that's my worry. Is bishop takes there. That's kind of an important pawn. But if we block, bishop takes, knight takes bishop, I think it's all right.
I think we can play queen back, but it don't feel like the best move. I don't somehow.
E5, if takes, knight takes, he's not going to recapture with the queen, but he might sack the exchange and win the knight.
Wait, but then we win his bishop at the end in that line. I think.
Yeah, let's try it.
So if we take which bishop do we take? I think we've got to take the dark square bishop, do we? I mean, he's going to throw in check, isn't he, with the light square bishop?
With this one?
Yeah.
Well, he could just save it. He doesn't have to desperado.
Oh, no, he doesn't, no.
But this one leaves the queen kind of... No, or is he going to do this? He's going to take that pawn with his bishop. Oh,
but then actually, if he does that, we can just attack the pinned piece. If he takes the pawn on d5, I think we just have c6, and then if he moves, we just go queen takes, rook takes, rook takes. Yeah. Only move queen block.
Yeah. Or simply queen takes bishop.
I just think if we lose that pawn on e5, like our whole position's just going to fall apart.
Remember, we're 2 pawns up now. If we take that one, we'll be 1 pawn up. C7's quite well defended. We could even drop our bishop in there and trade off more, maybe. And I think this feels like a key pawn. We've got to take one of them because we're a piece behind at this point.
I think we've got to take the dark square bishop.
Okay.
Rook takes, I just thought we'd take the bishop, do we not?
Can't see a problem with it.
Oh, maybe pawn push, attacking the pinned piece, but... Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, we've got a tactic here to trade down. Actually, can we just take that rook with our queen?
Takes, we're down a fat exchange. Then we throw in this, and we're up a pawn, but we've got the queens off the board. This, rook takes rook, queen takes rook. It's a nice active queen. Then we're going to lose this pawn.
I think queen takes rook is fancy, so maybe.
Oh, I thought that you were saying that's a good thing.
Is this even good for us? We've got double pawns.
We have. We should probably play rook f8, defend this one.
Yeah. Or maybe we just get, yeah. I mean, king, just start lifting the king. and we've got a slightly more active king in the ending.
Need to keep this pawn defended. We don't have a passer now.
Well, we do on c7. If we maybe we can throw in b5 and then
it's not completely unopposed, but yeah. b5 with tempo. He takes. Yeah, I quite like that.
and then we're starting to create that passed pawn.
And then c6.
That's a blunder he's just played, isn't it? Well, yes, yeah, c6. I don't understand this at all. Why didn't he take the pawn? If we lift the king now, we've then got a5 undermining the rook. King to d6, yeah, and then
He's got
a5.
no check, which is nice. There he can't take because the rook falls.
Yeah.
But we could. Takes, take. Kind of like rook f7 as well, just tying the room together, but it's not actually required. Is a5 safe?
I like a5, yeah. So we're chipping towards the center, if nothing else.
And now he can't attack this pawn.
Yeah. Oh, now we're better. I sort of want to play, yeah, rook e8 at some point, but maybe take the pawn first.
He might try and check us out. Oh, that was a mouse slip.
No, I like it. I like that move. Because now we lodge in that weak pawn on a3. I was going to say that move.
Oh, well, there you go. Happy accident. There, our problem is we'd like to get our rook onto the open E file, but it's currently tied down to that, and our king's tied down to the defense of this. So maybe rook f6 to defend both of these pawns. And then that frees up the king a little bit, but the king can't really make forward progress. It's a5, a4 a thought at this point, just to lock this pawn.
Yeah.
We are slightly better. Okay. But remember, his king can't get through. My concern is, how do we defend this?
I mean, yeah, rook up there defends both weaknesses, right?
Mm-hmm. And white's now got to play. Okay, so what's he going to do?
It's just how do we make progress with the king here? We can't get through
If
anywhere.
the king steps onto the e-file, we have check with tempo. Something like this. I feel like we've got to burn a move now with the king. There's no other option, actually. It's king d7 or king c7. But we really want our king here to defend this. I don't know. We're going to have to do something. This has got draw by repetition written all over it now. You can't go after that pawn. Do we have to give up this pawn? But then that really weakens us, and that's our weaker side in a way. He's got these three connected pawns.
Yeah.
I have to go back there. Oh, hello.
Okay, this changes things.
Takes. I think we have to take.
And then push f4. Check.
F4 drops to the h5 pawn. Oh no, f4 with check drives the king back. But
this is a very committal move, though. I don't know if we want to play it.
Yeah.
We've also got rook check, but then king comes in.
That's his plan, because then he's got two eyes on that pawn.
I mean,
And it's pretty
f4
easy
feels
to
like
come
our
back and
only
try.
plan.
I think so. At least keep the king out of there. That's good now. Our problem is now this. He
Yeah.
can play this. Or do we give up? Ooh. Because we could do that. That's 3 moves to eradicate the weak pawn on a3. But then in one move, he grabs that.
Mm.
But if we try and defend that, we lose that.
Yeah. If we allow him to go rook to f5 though, if he takes, we push our c pawn, and then we create a pass pawn.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Drop the rook back or the king back.
I
Might as
think
well put the
rook down. At least then we can play rook to c7 maybe.
Okay, if we push now.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, c4.
It's got to be, yeah.
Right,
I mean,
we have a check.
just king to b3 looks good.
King b3
But then we drop the
takes
pawn.
on b5, takes.
Yeah.
And he's got an unopposed pass pawn as well. We push b4. Takes.
He's
same
got check. If we push, he's got check though on f4.
So king b3. Is there any purpose to this? He's just going to invite his king to move over one.
We've always been like not quite close enough to build a bridge. Like we want our king on like d4 so we could play rook to e5 and just like protect everything.
Feels like this is got some hope there. Takes. But then with his rook on the b file, our king's then glued to the side of the board and can't actually step out to allow the pawn up.
Yeah.
If check here, check again here. We have rook, maybe. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Or do we just go after this?
Yeah, I just don't like the way our king looks passive on the edge of the board, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, bots.
They are. I mean, if we burn moves now, he's just going to push the f pawn up, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got to do something here. He's just going to push. So maybe try king in. I don't know.
Well, like this.
No, king, like, you know, as discussed, king to b3.
We'll try it. You can't push the pawn. The king's going to have to come back and defend. The rook can't defend the pawn. Here, if he takes, we take with tempo.
Yeah.
We can drop the rook back there.
Okay, this looks better for us now.
I think rook h3 looks really sensible. Or
I quite like
this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You know what looks good? King to b4 looks really nice because it stops his rook ever coming back.
He's got no check, and we're guarding. Yeah,
we're also oppositioning his king, which is just strong. So
Do we just charge?
maybe even can we try build a bridge?
If he comes to A8 now, we've got a check and winning that pawn.
Yeah.
I think we push.
I want to play rook to A5, rook over to A5 and build a bridge.
A5 hit.
Yeah. But then does he promote quicker if we do that? I don't know.
There, I mean, or we've got
Actually, yeah, no, we've already got a bridge. Just push. Just push the pawn. Yeah, because we've already got a bridge with the rook.
Block there, yeah?
Yeah. I was doing it the wrong way around. Can he just keep checking us though here? No, yeah, because the opposition. And then we're out of it. We'll push forward and we're out of it.
Oops. No. I can block, can I?
Build a bridge again. But what about just king over? So, and then just step behind his king.
Yeah, that was a pre-move that it didn't let me undo.
And now we promote with check. We got there eventually. Yeah.
And notice our queen.
Lovely.
Covering the promotion square as well. Okay. So now all you have to do is not stalemate.
Yeah.
So I think we've got a ladder mate in 3, haven't we?
Yeah,
Oh, we can't play queen there, but check.
I mean, we can win the queen. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that was lucky. Let's have a quick look at the. So are you in the habit of reviewing every game in detail? Is that a key to success?
Yeah, that's something I do. I've also started doing a puzzle rush before every time I play. And trying to hit, for me, I try and hit at least 21 on 3-minute puzzle rush.
Okay.
And that's my threshold for I'm playing all right. If I'm hitting 25, it's like I'm on good form.
This was a mistake. He could have actually saved the draw.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
With the bunch of because our king can't go it. Yeah, I think this is just a repetition, isn't it? But yeah, I feel like we got lucky there, mate.
We did. It was drawing at a few points. I think the rule from that was we saw the fancy move to go into the end game up a pawn, but it was a doubled pawn, and it wasn't really ever. I think it was always a bit drawish, the doubled pawn.
Yeah, actually, so gobbling these pawns, it says, was a mistake.
Yeah, I think we could have saved the knight.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. Save the knight.
Yeah, and I was looking at this. If they take our bishop, we just take back with the knight, and if they take our knight, we just take their bishop, and their bishop's hanging.
Yeah, and then take the bishop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just goes to show. Look, we had a real advantage here, which we blew.
Oh, so right, this is crucial because I didn't see this at all.
Rook b7 is winning.
Huh.
Their rook can't come to the 3rd rank, so I guess we can now sweep in, grab that. And this is the thing to remember, 2 connected passed pawns against the king and a rook is winning for the play with the 2 pawns. So I mean, we'd have had to have probably taken out the H pawn at some point and sack the rook for it, but we should have been able to do this.
Yeah, I don't think we're going with the king. I think we just play b4, and if takes.
Let's do it from this position, practice versus computer, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm thinking king here.
So I was thinking just b4.
Okay.
But maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
king b3.
Yeah. I don't know.
b4 is drawing. King here. Take.
Then we got 2 pawns.
There. Hang on, do we just win this?
Yeah.
And this is stockfish full fat as well. And there's another pawn. There you go. Well, it's a pretty comfortable situation. You just have to.
Yeah.
Do we need a rook behind this
I mean,
pawn?
even just king to b4, does that work? Yeah.
Is that a stalemate? We capture it.
Oh,
Stalemate.
it is. Yeah? It is. Wow. Okay, so is that end game winning if we give away that pawn?
That's what I'm thinking, because it's not an edge pawn.
But we can't get our king in front of the pawn, so it's not.
No, and he's taken opposition.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Interesting stuff. But yeah, the things that you learn. I mean, doing a 2-up game like that is definitely interesting when you actually rub brains with someone else.
Yeah, I'm tired. It's proper battle, that, wasn't
it? Yeah. But a good bot. And by the way, I had a lot of fun with the previous one. Let me. This guy is apparently rated 1350. Freddie, and Freddie's a really interesting player.
Yeah.
Plays highly dubious to start with, but then kind of turns it on. Much more fun than Nelson. It's a very interesting bot. I mean, good for a nice kind of relaxation game.
Yeah.
But
anyway, if you've made it this far in the video, I feel like you should definitely join Chess Boot Camp Live. If you can put up with me and Ben for this long, you'd love to get taught by us and by Craig, our 2200 coach, who me and Ben
he
learned
is
from as
2200
well.
now. Yeah. So
link in
fantastic stuff.
description,
But yeah, I mean, there is nothing like training live with other human beings. And there's loads of study you can do on your own, but the kind of cross-fertilization that you get, when you actually get people talking out loud in the same space. And, so, I mean, normally we have 7 or 8 people on each of our training calls. So we've got four every month, a 2-hour one with me, 2 hours of James, 2 hours of Craig, and then another 2-hour one where we all join in and just have a free-for-all. Yeah. So if that sounds good to you guys, then follow the link below. We'll see you on the inside.
Shameless plug at the end.
Right. Well, I think that was a good loosener. That was a good warm up for my over the board game later on. I've got no idea what I'm going to face, but I won my last match against this team. This is Sheffield Nomad C. I won my last match. I think I was on board 3 on that one. I'm on board 4 today, so fingers crossed.
Good luck, Ben. Make sure to take good notes, and we'll probably have a look at it. We can have a look at it tomorrow if you want in my session.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Right. How did you feel about me scrutinizing you last time, Ben? Because I went quite hard on your game, your over the board one, because I knew you had hours to play it, and because it's you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I know I need to slow down. I know I need to play principled. I know I need to be as evil and annoying and as aggressive as I can without, showing me arse kind of thing, you know, without over compromising.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is fun. So do you play over the board at all? Have you got a chess club?
I did go to a few chess like live ones in Hull. I played a Grandmaster. I went
Really?
like 3 or 4 times. I want to do it now, but it's always after work at like 7, 8 o'clock. And honestly, by then my
Right.
brain's really gone.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm going to get back into it though, over the board.
It's a different world though, isn't it? I mean, 3D chess is completely different to 2D on screen.
It's mental.
I find myself looking at the board, blinking, going, I can't, you know, like in 2D, I can go, even if I'm not using the arrows, I can see, I can see like 3 moves deep quite often. Over the board, totally different animal.
Yeah. 100%.
But right. Okay, I'll do my best. I will report back, sir.
All right. Good luck, Ben.
Thanks for a good chat. Thanks for a good game.
All right. See you
See
later.
you all soon. Take care, guys.
Bye bye.